Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Ready or Not video. Now, I know we've got the June update right around the corner here, and SWAT Interactive is continuously giving us announcements and dev updates to what they're continuously working on here, which honestly, hopefully this means that the update is just getting closer and closer. I know a lot of us have been waiting. Again, there's a bunch of videos on my channel pretty much going over everything that we'll be receiving in this upcoming June update, which will be here very shortly. We're going to take a look at briefing number 32, their newsletter that they just released a little bit ago. Before we get into that though, I want to talk a little bit about another update, a development update that they released about a day after I released my last video, which is a little unfortunate. If I just would have waited a day, I could have put that all in one video. Either way, we're taking a look here at an overhaul to SWAT animations and movement. I know I've gotten a lot of comments on this, and it is definitely well deserved. Here's what they have to say. This upcoming update will not only include improvements with level art and enemy AI combat behavior, but also improvements with SWAT animations and movements with the goal of creating a much more natural and realistic feel. SWAT players and AI will have movement acceleration, deceleration in this upcoming update. They will need to gain momentum as they begin moving, and the momentum persists once they stop, as they will take one or two extra steps before coming to a complete halt. All this has been designed as a non-intrusive as possible, so you won't notice much of it going on during the gameplay, and you will not come into situations where you would be running into walls. This took quite a bit of effort to pull off by our technical animator, and the animators for these movement transitions count up to the hundreds. Now, I don't know if you guys play Tarkov, but they released that momentum update, or inertia is what they call it. And I know that took me a while to get used to. I'm still not 100% used to that because I don't play Tarkov as much as I used to. Based off the fact that this is supposed to be a much more realistic game, I'm excited that they're adding this so people kind of play the game less like Call of Duty. But we'll have to see, because if it is super intrusive, even though they say it's not intrusive, I could see it being an issue. By the way, moving on, their movement animations have also been improved, and the addition of turn in place animations means that they will no longer spin around in place when they look around, instead turning their upper body around first before then taking small steps to correct their direction. Also non-intrusive and responsive, and your control as a player will not be affected by these animations. Perfect. You guys are probably super excited as well to see that they're doing a SWAT AI update. The movement looks really crisp. We'll have to see the final product when the update comes out. Either way, here's a quick look before we move on at one of the sneaky hiding spots that suspects can now use. They shared this to us. There's no little message here or anything, just a little dark corner next to a shovel where I would assume suspects can hide in and pop out and attack you. Moving on from that, we're finally going to be getting a well-needed flashlight overhaul. We'll no longer need that modification that some of you have seen in my videos. This definitely looks good. It covers more ground, which is probably what it should be. And I think it looks good. I'm happy for this. Moving on to a couple more screenshots that they share with us. Meth House will be receiving some touch-ups. They're trying to make the environment a little bit darker, it seems, which is definitely going to increase the stakes. Now, last but not least, moving along to the briefing number 32 newsletter, environmental storytelling. The newsletter of SWAT Interactive shares with us a little in-depth environmental storytelling about the new level overhauls and what they're going to bring in the upcoming update. The developers share how important it is to keep the player engaged in an immersive environment. A few things you'll notice is garbage piling up in the streets. There's a sign of a struggle where it looks like maybe an armed civilian attempted to be a hero during a robbery. You'll see a Glock on the floor with a stovepipe, a failure to eject. Just a good attempt at kind of showing what happened inside of these maps when SWAT enters the building. You'll also notice some not so easy to spot changes around the levels. ATMs with graffiti, magazines and news articles with titles that share a story if you look close enough to the detail. Honestly, I'm happy and impressed that developers are taking the time and effort to really show how much they want to turn this game into a truly immersive storytelling experience. this is definitely shaping up to be the SWAT sim, that police SWAT sim that a lot of us have definitely wanted and need in our lives. Now, moving away from that, this June update is literally right around the corner. I've got a bunch of plans already set up. Depending on when the actual release is, I'll most likely be doing a live stream. The plan is to do YouTube live streams for at least a couple days, maybe even 3 days after the release, just to kind of engage with you guys, show everything off, because it is only going to be for supporters. So I know a lot of you non-supporters are going to want to get as much information as possible, but depending on when it does release, just because of, I guess, schedule conflicts, I might focus on doing a release video first and then do a live stream. But depending on, you know, when this actually comes out will depend on what decision I make with that. But I'm extremely excited for it, and I know you guys are excited as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully it comes out soon. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for sticking to it, and I'll see you in the next one.